Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back. Once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, here continuing the journey of Ben 10 Alien Force. This is Ben 10 Alien Force Season 2, Episode 3, titled Won't Know Until We Get Into the Episode. Last week's episode, Dark Star Rising. Now, if you would have gave me a couple of guesses going into that episode last week saying, okay, guess who the villain, threat, whatever is going to be in the episode, I don't think I would have guessed Morningstar, because I thought we would never see him again. But he's back. But not as Michael Morningstar as we saw him originally in Season 1, but as Dark Star. And he's seen better days, but it's his own doing, of course, because he was draining the life essence, whatever, of these college girls and then trying to take Gwen's powers and all that kind of stuff. And now he's wearing a different type of outfit, covering his face and everything. And his plan was pretty damn well thought out. I was actually quite surprised by how in-depth his plan was to get back at Ben, Gwen, and Kevin. So he basically set this whole thing up to where he was notifying and sending reports and information to Magister Gahil, I think that was his name, voiced by J.K. Simmons, the plumber, that showed up at the beginning of the episode, tricked Ben, Gwen, and Kevin to going to what they thought was a warehouse where Forever Knights were at, and it was a hologram and everything, and he was saying, I heard all these reports, you're trying to impersonate plumbers, and it was Morningstar's doing or whatever to get him there and all that kind of stuff to get them in trouble. And then he gets a hybrid to attack Kevin and Gwen. Then, of course, Ben shows up. And then all of a sudden, boom, here's the plumber, Gahil. Here he is. He's like, I caught you guys. I just talked to you. You're doing this. And then the hybrid's like, they attacked me first. Okay. And he's like, I don't know what's going on, but I've heard enough and blah, blah, blah. And then here comes Dark Star, then taking all of their energy. So that was his whole plan, to get all of them there to draw the energy. And I like at one point when they're in that like tube or whatever, all four of them are kind of floating there. Of course, Gwen is off getting DNA. I caught myself, DNA aliens, Gwen was off getting those. When Darkstar was like taking all their energy, Kevin said, turn into Alien X, turn into the most powerful alien. And Ben's like, that is a terrible idea, because if he absorbs the energy, he's unstoppable. He will literally be indestructible, essentially. No. And then, of course, the fight ensues, and Ben just slams his Humongosaur into the ground, slams into Darkstar, Morningstar. It was insane. It was really insane. What an episode. I wasn't expecting. Now they're plumbers now. It seems like they're plumbers for Earth, which is cool. So we'll see where that heads to next. So hope you guys enjoyed my reaction last week. It was a really good episode. I was quite surprised by the turn and everything. And let's dive into this episode and see what happens, guys. You guys were commenting saying, if I remember correctly, this episode's really, really cool. So I'm excited. So here we go, guys. Episode 3, Season 2 of Ben 10 Alien Force. Let's go. Okay. What is it? Is it Ben? Yep. It's Ben. Wow.
Where is he?
Why ask what you already know?
I test your will to live.
Where is Ben Tennyson?
What?
Traffic and
Good
Tennyson's
copy,
name
bad
keeps
copy.
coming up.
Okay.
Make a left.
Up there.
That's not Ben. I don't think.
Ben 10 has shown no mercy.
Well, what did you do?
Nothing. Ben 10 has even attacked a hive of DN aliens.
Why is he keeping secrets from us?
I don't think it's Ben. What the fuck's going on? I'm so confused.
We saw you as Jet Ray flying away from a battle.
It's not with him.
I've been studying.
It's nice to see her again, by the way.
Test tomorrow. You saying you could vouch for his whereabouts?
I think so.
No,
Oh.
I got here a few minutes ago. He studies and I come over to help him review. If you've got a secret, you should spill it.
I don't
now.
think there's a secret.
I swear, I've been all about calculating the angular momentum. I believe him. When you lie, your left eye twitches.
Interesting.
But who
He knows.
Maybe you've been blacking out and sleep fighting.
Oh.
You disgust me. You, this miasma you call food, it's foul-smelling, oily, digested preparation. All the same, I find myself craving the entire putrid experience.
They're definitely not
It must
Ben.
be in the DNA.
No.
Chili fries.
Careful, kid. Those double portions catch up with you.
I sicken myself.
That's not Ben. That's not Ben.
Guys?
He didn't see... Oh, now he's Big Chill, too. Oh, no. Oh, this is confusing.
Is Ben Tennyson.
Well, he was right in the same building as you. This is not good. Now they're helping who they think is Ben, you know?
You know of Ben. Where is Ben? I I knew you'd snap
Yep.
eventually.
No, he didn't snap.
Transport me, Ben 10, to my domicile.
Oh my
There are
god.
great
You should know it's not
there are
him.
You left me.
Mm-hmm. Confusing? Yes.
Who's your good-looking friend? Ben
It's-
Tennyson? I am Albedo of the Galvin. A gray matter?
What? Okay.
Tall. Your days as Ben 10 are at an end.
What? Mm-hmm.
Asmith is a liar.
Oh,
But
one of these
the
liars.
DNA
Okay.
You have great luck. Or by now you would
Great
have
luck.
ripped a hole in the fabric of the universe.
I doubt it.
Your DNA is encoded as the default in your Omnitrix. Mine synchronizes
Interesting.
across space and time with yours. Since you built the Omnitrix, tell me how it comes off. I trust you are versed in the practical applications of 8th dimensional...
Lying.
It does twitch when I lie.
See, he doesn't yell Jet Ray when he turns. There's the difference. Eat rock. Oh, I missed.
You are not worthy to wear the Omnitrix. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Sacrificed? Oh, there you go.
What a crock.
Grabbed him by the head. Oh, that nice ball or whatever rolling, that was cool.
A hero with a big test in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'd be home studying if you'd have listened to me the first time.
Is he robbing a place now? People are running scared?
We'll split up and surround him.
How will we know which one's the real you?
Listen to his voice.
We'll call you Ben X. Didn't you go the other way? Yeah. Oh, man. I should not have erased Kevin's mark. Hit the deck!
Oh! What is that?
Packing foam.
Packing foam.
Leverage.
Wow.
You're not getting my Omnitrix.
You're not getting it,
I
so
have
just give
far
up.
more powers.
Oh, nice dodge. Doesn't say it. It's a humongosaur, so yeah. Swamp fire. Careful. Ooh.
Ow! Hot!
Sorry.
Nice choice. I have to give credit. Wow. Interesting. Nice. Echo, 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 echo. He can. It's a way to show all the different aliens fighting each other. Oh. Uh-oh.
I told you.
They're gonna... Okay, actually, fist fight? What? What? This is on you. Whoa. How are we gonna get this? Oh! Oh shit, oh shit.
Asmith of the Galvin.
Hi.
The true genius
Hi.
behind the Omnitrix. I warned you that there could only be one
Interesting.
Omnitrix. You ignored me. I told you the Omnitrix is beyond you. You could have doomed us all.
So the universe really was at stake?
If you'd lost
Oh,
the
shit.
Omnitrix, yes. Through your arrogant act of rebellion, you have proven yourself a lesser being.
Wow.
Shall remain as you are, in a prison of your own making.
That's what you get. Interesting.
You can't!
You alone have made the Omnitrix a force for good, in ways I'd never conceived. There are difficult trials ahead. Be ready.
Difficult times ahead. Of course there is, of course.
First,
C+.
Oh.
You thought I wasn't really
Yeah, this is
stupid.
better than I thought.
sorry. The suspicious circumstances.
Someday I will be free. Then they will all suffer. Bring me chili fries!
I was not prepared. I wasn't expecting the villain of this week, the threat, whatever, to be essentially Ben. Not really Ben, but you get my point. Like, I wasn't expecting that's the direction we're heading here. But the opening of the episode pretty much made it clear something is up. Because we have Humongosaur breaking into a Forever Knight's castle and asking, where is Ben Tennyson? It's like, but you just transformed back to Ben. So why are you asking where yourself is? And then, of course, we find out who it really is. I have the voice talent pulled up here to make sure I get all the names and everything, because Albedo was the one I'm like, is Albedo? Like, is that was the name? Because I kept hearing, I'm like, I want to make sure that is the correct pronunciation and the name. But we had a gray matter who claimed that he was the creator of the Omnitrix. We know it's Azimuth. We've known that for a long time. But the fact is that he's claiming, I actually made the Omnitrix, and you have an inferior one. You have one that could basically destroy everything. And it's like, I don't think so, because I would think Azimuth, who is a very smart individual who created the Omnitrix, would know if that is potentially possible of happening. Like, if he thought that the Omnitrix could do what Albedo was claiming was going to happen, I'm pretty sure Azimuth would have done something. I'm pretty sure. Because we find out, of course, at the end of the episode, he had an inferior Omnitrix. Azimuth was like, Albedo, you have an inferior one, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, okay, it's a lot of information thrown at once. So, I'm going to try to go kind of in order of the episode, right? We had Ben, Albedo, and he breaks in his Humongosaur, and he transforms back into Ben, asking where Ben Tennyson is. Then we see where Gwen and Kevin are trying to track Ben, and they don't really explain why. Like, I guess they just couldn't find him, even though he's at his house. But then again, it seems like he was, who knows how long he was actually there before his girlfriend. By the way, his girlfriend showing up was kind of cool in the episode, Julie. But they were tracking, and they find the Forever Knight's castle burning, and they see Jet Ray flying away. Right? And they're like, Ben! Nothing. And then that's what starts a question. Because they talk to a Forever Knight saying that, Forever Knights have been attacked for a couple of days now, blah, blah, blah. And, Ben is, blah, blah, blah. He's, like, destroying everything. He attacked a hive mind or whatever. And all this stuff. And, like, Kevin's like, Ben's really doing this on his own? So when they show up, he's, studying with Julie. And he actually was studying. He wasn't pretending to not be out, destroying shit. And they start questioning, and Kevin, after a little bit, goes, I believe him, which I'm surprised. Out of the two, Kevin and Gwen, Kevin actually believes Ben, because when he's explaining things, his left eye wasn't twitching. Now, I'm not sure if this has happened before in Alien Force, where his left eye twitched whenever he lied. I don't think we ever got to a point where Ben was lying about something specifically to where his left eye would twitch, but they make a point to show the difference in terms of, okay, when he's lying, his left eye will twitch, and when he's telling the truth, he's completely fine. But then we get to see a little later in terms of Albedo, where his left eye twitches because they explain about the whole DNA sequence and everything, and to where the default when wearing an Omnitrix for some reason is Ben, right? And that's why he's stuck in that form. But back to kind of like in chronological order of the episode. So Kevin figures out, okay, well, Ben's not lying. And then Ben, thankfully, he studies enough to get a C+, right? Then they go back for some more chili fries. And apparently, since Albedo is stuck in Ben's form, he is craving the same things and liking the same things that Ben does. But he only goes for chili fries, kind of a new thing that we've only seen Ben really eating in this episode. He didn't go to Mr. Smoothie or whatever, I think it's called Mr. Smoothie, that place. He didn't go there. He was just craving chili dogs. And his vocabulary is not of Ben 10, like, Ben's actual vocabulary. Like, Albedo, he speaks very differently, and the voice is slightly different. Now, Yuri Lowenthal did voice both Ben and Albedo, but Albedo had a little bit of a different voice, right? And that was kind of concerning. I'm like, how, when a little bit later, when we actually have Kevin and Gwen interacting with Albedo, thinking it's Ben, how come they don't notice the difference, right away? It's obvious based off his phrasing and stuff. It's not Ben, but they just go, oh, okay. So then they see Big Chill. And also this is I think this was the first time we really got to hear where Albedo doesn't yell out the name whenever he transforms. But Ben yelled out the name every single time during that fight sequence and everything. They both turn into Big Chill, and they go to the Forever Knight's place because Ben sees them driving away because they think they saw Ben flying away as Big Chill, but it was Albedo. And then he's attacking more Forever Knights. I wonder why he was specifically attacking Forever Knights to get Ben's location. They wouldn't know where Ben Tennyson is. The Forever Knights, I don't think, would know where he's located at. I don't think there's much information. I mean, who knows? There could have been some information on where Ben is located, but why would he specifically going to only Forever Knights locations to try to get Ben Tennyson's information? I don't know. I'm not sure why exactly he was thinking that's the place he has to go. I don't know. Maybe it's because since he's in Ben's body, Ben's fought a lot of Forever Knights throughout his time of being a hero, so maybe he was thought process, well, if I go to some locations where there's Forever Knights, I'll run into Ben, or they'll know where Ben is. No idea. So then Kevin and Gwen are actually there talking to Ben, Albedo, And then here comes Ben, and then he's like, who's this handsome guy? Who's your handsome friend? And then they're having a conversation. So Albedo tells this little lie. There's the twitch in the left eye saying, I created the Omnitrix, and you're going to do all this stuff, and the world's going to end, and the galaxy or whatever. Like, giving this very big speech about how your Omnitrix can potentially destroy everything, and you're lucky it hasn't happened yet. And like, And then, of course, the left eye twitch, like I said. And then they figure out, okay, he's lying, and then here's a fight sequence that goes down. Turns into Jet Ray Albedo, and then Ben turns as Humongosaur, and then the fight ensues. Then the fight continues because Albedo gets away and goes into some random building with, like, some sort of packing place or whatever, some sort of shipping place, I don't know, because he captures Kevin and Gwen in some sort of packing foam, which I don't, is there a thing called packing foam? I don't know. I didn't know that was even a thing. I have no idea. But apparently there's a thing called packing foam. So they get stuck, and it's even that little interaction again, because Kevin marked Ben's face, he wiped it off, but then you hear Albedo go, oh, man, I shouldn't have wiped off Kevin's mark. And it's like, just the way he said that, it was clear in the voice, and it's the cadence. It's not Ben, but they believe him for a second. And then they get, of course, captured by packing foam. I guess that's a real thing. I don't know. And then we see this gigantic fight go down, which was really cool. It was a way, because maybe this was kind of their way of giving the fans the way to see the different Omnitrix aliens fighting each other, like who would win. But obviously it wasn't like to death or whatever, like, because who would truly win in a fight between Brainstorm and, Swamp Fire or whatever, like there was like, or Echo, like who would actually truly win in these different fights, because they kept changing. And what they made sure to do, if you're watching the episode and Ben yells out the names, every single time Ben turned to a new alien, which he drained his Omnitrix, he was using it so much, but he kept yelling the name every single time he turned, and every single time Albedo, fake Ben, turned, he never yelled out the name, right? He never did that. We got to see Swamp Fire versus Big Chill, which is kind of interesting. A little bit of an interesting combination there. But they did a huge variety of alien combinations fighting each other, which I think was pretty cool. Like, it was a cool way, like I said, to see different Omnitrix aliens going against each other, to see in the situation, like, they were trying to, like, one-up each other and everything, and they could just keep switching back and forth until, unfortunately, Ben drained his out and all that. But then here comes, well, actually, before he actually shows up, because I was about to say this part after the reveal of Azimuth. Before Azimuth shows up, their Omnitrixes interconnect, and they're locked in. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is happening? And they do break apart eventually, but in the process of that, Albedo, fake Ben, turns into, like, his hair turns white and his jacket turns red to show a clear distinction between Ben and Albedo. Which I think was a cool thing, by the way, as well, because so it's obviously not Ben, so there's kind of a show of there's no more confusion anymore that who is who. I thought that was really cool. But here he comes, Azimuth, and he lays it all out, which I kind of suspected what he was saying was correct in terms of, like, this guy's clearly lying, because we knew he was lying, but there was so much more. My former apprentice, you have an inferior Omnitrix. He didn't believe in having only one Omnitrix. He wanted to make one for himself. And when he did this, I guess Albedo didn't expect the fact that the default DNA, whatever, when he put it on, was going to be Ben. He didn't realize that. So now he's stuck in Ben's form, obviously now looking a little bit different. And Azimuth pretty much laid it out, saying, you're lying, everything, and then he ripped off the actual turn knob device, a part of it, like basically deactivating the Omnitrix. So was that their way of maybe saying that's how Ben got his Omnitrix off at the end of the Ben 10 original series? Because we never saw that, but he had to have taken it off at some point, because in between the events of Ben 10 and then Alien Force, before Alien Force, of course, he puts it on in Alien Force, or Ben 10 Returns Part 1, right? I think that's the first episode title of Ben 10 Alien Force. He didn't have the Omnitrix on. I didn't realize it right away either. Like, oh, the Omnitrix is not even on. It's not even on. He somehow took it off. Because even Ben asked that question, well, how do you remove an Omnitrix? Ooh, and they gave a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, right? And that's where the lying came in. Yeah, that was lying specifically, but, like, he couldn't answer the question, but Ben somehow figured it out. And then, of course, when Azimuth sends Albedo away, Ben has to ask questions, because I feel like Ben, he just wants to know information. He wants to know. And he's like, you know, hey, you own the Omnitrix. You'll figure out how to use it on your own. You're using it in ways I wasn't expecting or anticipating. It's like, Azimuth, I get it, but to answer some questions, please for us. But no, he does not. But he does get something ominous at the end there. He gets a little bit something ominous about Omnimus. Yeah, is that a word? It's in the morning. It's early. What was the exact wording? Let me actually go back here.
There are difficult trials.
Difficult times.
Be ready.
Okay, be ready. Okay, difficult times ahead. So things are coming. Things are coming. Who knows, right? Because that can mean anything, really. But yeah. But Azimuth, I think Azimuth, just if he gives too much information away, or like even Professor Paradox, who of course is the time traveler, they give too much stuff away, it could alter Ben's path, especially the time traveler, Professor Paradox. But I'm pretty sure Azimuth knows of potentially what stuff lies ahead. He might know more information because he's a gray matter. Don't know. Of course, then ultimately Ben passes a test, which he was studying for. Got a C+, though, not A, like his girlfriend Julie. But hey, he did better than he thought. So yeah, this was definitely an interesting episode. I wasn't prepared for another version of Ben, albeit I wasn't prepared for that. But I will say it was interesting. It was kind of an interesting little thing there to see, because it goes much deeper than just someone trying to pretend to be Ben Tennyson, right? It's literally a guy who wanted to make another Omnitrix, a better Omnitrix. He makes an inferior one, and he is unfortunately stuck in Ben's DNA, essentially turning into Ben, because that's the default of using an Omnitrix. It's just like, okay, that's kind of cool. So when he put on the Omnitrix again, if he was not the default, he would be stuck in whatever alien form was the default setting for the Omnitrix. But thankfully, when Ben got it, the default setting is whoever's wearing it. So if there's another Omnitrix made, I guess it ties in or connects to the originals. That's interesting. I like, hey, some information we didn't know before. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. That's the end of the episode. Of course it is. It's been a day, guys. I had to struggle with the intro recording. I don't know idea. Anyways, I'm going to go now before I flub anymore. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious to know your thoughts about the episode. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. What were your favorite moments? Love seeing Azimuth. Love seeing a different version of Ben. Obviously, you know, and the title, Good Copy, Bad Copy, or yeah, I think that was Good Copy, Bad Copy. So it kind of ties in, makes sense for the episode. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.